Hey guys, so this is my wrap up of the four continents. This probably should have been done a long time ago, but I had deferred exams during my reading week, which made things a little more impossible to film during. I'm gonna make this real quick because I also want to do my world junior predictions slash thoughts before it technically will start this Wednesday. So I'm just gonna get started. With the men and the ladies, there was a lot that happened. So I'm gonna start off first with just the pairs and the dance because those were a little more predictable, I should say. The pairs only had like 8 teams, and I knew it was gonna be either like U.S. or Canada because there are actually only like what three countries: Canada, U.S., and China. Canada's Megan Duhamel and Eric Radford are two-time national champions, and they are probably one of the strongest teams technically right now in skating. Fellow skaters Kirsten Moore Towers and Dylan Moskovich, they not did too bad either, but they aren't as strong. They were previous national champions, but they are a little less consistent. In the end, Duhamel and Radford did win with almost 200 points, and they were the first Canadians to win a pairs title since Jamie Sally and David Pelletier did back in 2002. In third place, Marissa Castellini and Simon Chapnier took the bronze medal, and they are the new American national champions. So that shows that they are not. That wasn't a fluke that they won. They are. I don't think they've actually been out there much because I never even heard of them up until like this year. They weren't. Oh yeah, they were fifth in nationals last year in the U.S. So they have improved significantly, and to get third out four continents is a great and amazing accomplishment. Other thing I want to talk about is one of China's new teams, which is Pengcheng and Zhang Hao. Zhang Hao used to be with Zhang Dan, but then she retired, and then Zhang Dan's like, 30 or something, and Pengcheng is like 15, and it's interesting to see because he has so much experience and she has none, but she's able to keep up with him, which is, I think, amazing, because considering that he is like gigantic and strong and fast, and she looks like a twig. Like I think she'll break sometimes. And since she's so little, it's really easy for them to do a lot of pair elements. So they did a quad twist, which was really good, really executed well. But just a few things that show that she's still an amateur. Like she tripped and stuff, but then it's funny because like she tripped, he just like picked her up and like kept going. It was funny. But she does have the solid elements because like she does have her triples, she does have all this, she can do the lifts perfectly fine. I think it's just they need more experience on the scale, and she looks like she's so intimidated there. Like she knows what she's doing, just this it's like it's so new to her. I don't think she's ever been outside of China, like competition wise. Um, but overall, yeah, that was pairs, and the dance also pretty predictable too. If I can find my notes on that. Okay, it was kind of obvious that it'd be the battle between Canada's Tessa Virtue, Scott Moyer, and US's Meryl Davis and Charlie White. Um, the Americans executed a solid program and basically earned all level fours, and they earned probably they earned a personal best in the free. But the thing was is that Tessa Virtue, Scott Moyer started off. They were leading after the short, but then apparently, well, actually not apparently, during their free dance, Tessa had a 3 minute. They stopped for 3 minutes because she had a leg cramp just before their lift. I think that's happened before at 2011 Four Continents where she had a leg cramp, but I just bought a lift, and they were dropped to second place overall. But that was only dropped by a total of like 2-3 points. So I think easily, well, I can't talk. Easily, Virtue Moyer could have beat Davis and White if Tessa didn't get that pain, and also, but then it would have still been tight because Davis and White did have like possibly one of the best performances out there, and on the rest of the podium there were two American teams that are battling it out because currently Caitlin Weave and Nancy Poche from Canada are sidelined because Caitlin I think she broke her foot or something, but she hopefully will be ready for Worlds, which they have been slated for. The two American teams that are fighting for bronze medal was Madison Chock and Evan Bates and the Shibutanis. with the Madison and Evan. They finished third overall, about 20 points behind the top two teams. It's very surprising because they've beat the Shibutanis at nationals and here, and that just means that I think it just shows that they have improved so much because I remember before they were always behind them. They were always weaker than them. I never found watching them skate to be all that exciting, but now I watch them like, wow, they've improved so much. Not that like they're still miles away from the top two teams, but like I think everyone is in ice dance. But yeah, and Piper Jills and Paul Poirier, who was the other Canadian team, they finished fifth, and which isn't bad because I think it was one of their first international debuts because I don't think they skated during the Grand Prix, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so now for my topic of the men's and the ladies. The men's free skate had pretty much been I lied. Paul Poirier and Piper Jills, they did skate in the Grand Prix. Jokes. Okay. Aside from that, the men's free skate had the upset of the season. Why? Because in the short, everyone had problems. There was no clean skate during the short program, but Yuzuru Hanyu did come out on first after the short, even though he did mess up. He was still able to beat everyone else. Daisuke Takahashi, who everyone knows is such a strong skater. Unfortunately, he did not skate well, and then in the free, he just had probably the worst free skate of his life because at least he's even been off the podium since, like, 2006. I don't know. It's been a long time since he's been off the podium. Usually, he's always in the top three because he's so consistent. I don't know what happened this time, but I think he's going down. Patrick Chan wasn't here at this competition, so I can't really say whether he fucked up either. But what was surprising is that Kevin Reynolds, who from Canada, took the gold. And Kevin, the thing is for him, he probably has the most technically difficult arsenal of jumps in men's skating ever. I mean, I think was it last year at Worlds, he attempted 3 quads in his long program. 3 different quads. Toe, sal, and loop. The loop, I'm pretty sure, was under-rotated or he fell. And he did a toe and he did a sal. And I know that he can do 2 quads in the short program. So if he can do 5 quads in the at Worlds this year, he could very likely be on the podium. The reason why he's never really had good results is because his program component scores were always very, very low. Not to mention he never really had like clean programs because he did have the jumps. It was just that a lot of his programs, like he had all these messy bits, like all these like dirty areas, while his skating skills, his overall expression was very, very blank. It wasn't very exciting to watch him. Well, other than his jumps, it wasn't like, other than that, there wasn't much you wanted to see out of him. But now that he has improved so much, he's now getting the scores that he deserves. He's doing much better than he did before. The only thing is that a lot of skaters, such as Patrick Chan and Yuzuru Hanyu, who have basically the same jump quality and better their program component scores, that makes them automatically higher than Kevin. But then since Kevin is getting higher up, that shows that he can be a contender and that it's not a fluke that he's been improving because he didn't win nationals this year, Canadians, but he closed the gap between him and Patrick by a lot because last year it was like, I think he got like 240 points overall while Patrick got 300. That being said, nationals are way, 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 way over inflated. But this year, Patrick got 280, and I think he got like 260, 270. So like the gap is so much closer now. So that's interesting. It'll be cool to see what'll go on later on. And I don't know about the rest of the men though, because it's just like they're all falling. It's like, why are you doing that? Anyways, in the ladies, Malasada took the Fourth Continent's gold. Wasn't a surprise that she took the Fourth Continent's gold because, hey, it's Malasada. But what I found interesting is that she did try triple axel and landed it. And the entire crowd went nuts. And I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. I was like flipping shit because like, I was so happy because like her triple axels are beautiful. not much height. Like, they're not like Midori Ito's where it's like she like takes like half like the wrinkles, like, phew. But like it's still, hey, VD triple axel, like like to attempt one, much less land one, like props, right? She did, and it was fucking awesome. She also had the best free skate of her life since the Olympics. I think it wasn't a personal best because I think she was like 0.5 points away from her personal best from the Olympics overall, her total. But then that shows that she's almost back to Olympic form because the past 2 years she's just been sucking because she's been trying to rework her technique, which I don't really know if I see a rework in her technique. A lot of people think she did have an eating disorder back last year because she was very, very skinny. Now she looks a lot healthier. She looks a lot happier when she skates. I don't like her short program because she's like 22. She's trying to look like a little kid with her I Got Rhythm short program. But I don't know about that. But her free landing that and being able to pretty much do an 8 triple free skate, which I don't think anyone's ever done because Midori Ito was the last woman, well, the first woman to attempt a 7 triple free skate, and most women can't do 7 triples. Most of them do 5 or 6 on average. If she can do 8, there's no way that she can get Olympic gold. I mean, she cannot get Olympic gold because back in 2010 in Vancouver, the rules for the ISU actually prevented her from doing as well as Yuna Kim did because originally you had to do a double axel in your short program. Well, the thing is that now you can do a triple and a double. Either you can do a triple axel or a double axel, and they call it like the Malasada rule because they said that she was like gypped because she had to do a double axel, a triple axel, and then another jump. While Yuna Kim could have done a double axel, a triple, and another jump. And then Malasada didn't have a triple in her short program, but now that she can because she can have a triple axel, and then like a triple, and then something else with it. And that will up her point scores immensely. And I mean, it was overall, the beauty of her skating in general has given her so many points. She is so seasoned as a skater. It'll be interesting to see how things will play out in the end. But now that I've talked for way too long, this is my Forcana end, and World Juniors are happening this week, so I will probably film a video on that, like, right now. So, I'll see you guys later. Thanks.